Namaste and welcome to our regular English class, my dear students. How are you doing? I hope you all are very happy, excited and ready to begin with our class. I'm too very happy to meet you all back to our class. Yes, in our previous class, we read an interesting story. The monkeys go fasting. In today's class, we are going to do a set of tasks. Firstly, we'll discuss about speaking, about giving advice, and secondly, we'll talk about some listening comprehensive exercise. Are you all ready? Yes, I hope you all are ready with your textbook, exercise book, pen or pencil. Right, let's begin our class. But before we begin our class, let us watch a short dialogue. Yes.
Hey Tony, do you mind if I ask you some advice?
Of course not. Please go ahead.
I'm thinking about buying a new car. What kind of car should I buy?
Good question, Mindy. What's your price range?
I don't know, something reasonable?
Why do you need a new car?
My car is very old and it often breaks down.
I see. How often do you drive?
I drive 2 hours every day and I go shopping at the mall on the weekend.
Is that all? Do you go anywhere else?
I go to the gym 3 times a week.
I think you should buy a small compact car.
Really? What kind should I buy?
Have you seen any model?
No, I have not seen at any of them.
If I were you, I would buy Tesla Model 3. Why don't you test drive this one?
Great, I will. Thanks for your kind advice, Tony.
Yes. My dear students, now guess what are we going to learn in our class today? This is giving advice. Did you notice the underlined sentences in the dialogue? You should buy a small compact car. If I were you, I would buy Tesla Model 3. Why don't you test drive this one? These are giving advice. Okay. Now look at your book at page number 44. There is given a conversation between Deepak and Ansila. I'm going to read for you. Please, you can act out this conversation while I'm reading. Are you ready? Yes. Deepak and Ansila. Hey, Ansila, you look sad today. What happened? Ansila, nothing. Please leave me alone. Tell me, dear, what's wrong? Well, I lost my English book. What to do? Oh, why don't you tell your teacher? Oh my God, I can't do that. If I were you, I would tell him for sure. Are you sure? Yes, don't worry. I'm sure he'll understand you. Okay then, I'll ask for an excuse first. Yes, you're right. You should buy a new one if it is not found. Sure. Thank you, Deepak. Look at my dear students. Again, you can see some of the underlined sentences there. Why don't you tell your teacher? If I were you, I would tell him for sure. And you should buy a new one if it is not found. These are giving advice. Now, let's see a table given in your textbook. You can create as many sentences as possible with the help of this table. But before making sentences, look at the three stocks there. What is the first one? You should. And second one, why don't you? And another one is, if I were you, I would. Using these three structures, you can make as many sentences as possible. Are you ready? Yes. Please, you try making as many sentences as possible with these three different structures. For example, you should tell it to your class teacher. This is one example. Now you try other sentences using these structures. Let's see. First one, this is the structure, you should, and what you have to do is, look at one perfect example made from the table. You should tell it to your class teacher. This is one example. You should speak politely. You should inform it to your parents. Right? You should go and meet her. Okay. You should follow the teacher's advice. This is the first set of structure, you should. Now, let's look at the second one. Why don't you? Let's see. The same, yes. Okay, the sentences. Why don't you tell it to your class teacher? Are you practicing with me? Yes. Why don't you speak politely? Why don't you inform it to your parents? Why don't you go and meet her? And another one is, why don't you follow the teacher's advice? Right, very good. Next one, there is, if I were you, I would. Let's see. Okay, if I were you, I would tell it to your class teacher. Right? Again, the another one, if I were you, I would speak politely. Next one, if I were you, I would inform it to your parents. And if I were you, I would go and meet her. And the last one is there, if I were you, I would follow the teacher's advice. But one more, okay, which was not given in the previous structure. Okay, this one. If I were you, I would search myself. These are the perfect example, okay, for giving suggestions using these three structures. Well, now let's take turns to give suggestions in the following situations. You can use the structures as we just practiced in the example, right? Look at the situations there. What are the situations given for you? You have lost your notebook. You are feeling thirsty. You are having a stomachache. You are not so good at English. you have made some mistakes in the story. Now, how can we make suggestions for these different situations? I have brought, a chart for you which will help. But before that, all of you can make up mind what can be the best advice or suggestions for these situations. Please think about all the situations first, and I will come to you. Yes, I hope you are making suitable advice and suggestions. Okay, I'll show you here a chart. Yes, look at the situations. Okay, you have to use the same structures here. You should. Why don't you? And if I were you, I would. Okay, these are the structures, and one example is given for you. Okay, I have lost my pencil. And what is the situation? I have lost my pencil. Now, look at the advice. You should tell it to your class teacher. This is a suggestion for this situation. Now, let us practice over these situations one by one. Number A, you have lost your notebook, right? You have lost your notebook, and what is the suitable advice for this situation? Why don't you ask your friends, right? We do this in our classroom if we lost something. So, why don't you ask your friends? This is the second set of structure that you have used there. Look at number B. You are feeling thirsty. Okay, you are feeling thirsty. Now, which structure used here? Look at here, you should. Okay, so you should buy a bottle of water. See, you should buy a bottle of water, right? This is the use of this first structure. And number C, you are having a stomachache. Okay, sometimes we have a stomachache. And how can we give advice to this situation? Look at, this is the third structure. How it is used here? If I were you, I would go to the medical, isn't it? We can suggest, or you can say, if I were you, I would drink a glass of hot water. That is also possible, we suggest. Okay. Now number D, you are not so good at English. Okay, this is a common problem. Okay, so if you are not good at English, so what should you do? Right, now the second structure is used for this one. So why don't you watch English movies? Right, this is one of the effective method or techniques to improve our English proficiency or communication. So I recommend you, to watch English movies. Okay, and number E. Look at here, you have made some mistakes in the story. Okay, this is the situation, and for this situation, look at again the third structure is used here. So, if I were you, I'd write it again. Look at, if I were you, I would write it again. This is how you can give useful advice or suggestions to different situations as shown in the chart in different situations. I hope you have got some ideas to use or to give advice or suggestion there. Now, yes, we have, okay, used these stocks there. And after this, we are going to talk about the second set of activities in our class today. This is about listening. All right, everybody. Before we listen to this audio material, let me tell you something, okay? So, what should we do while we are listening to the audio materials? You will get chance to listen to the audio for 3 times. First time, you listen to the audio and do your first set of task. And again, I will play the audio for second time, and you will do the second set of task. And third time, I will play the audio, and you will get chance to review and revise your answer or to check your answer once again. This is how you have to listen and do the task. But before you listen to this audio, you have to clearly go through the questions. Are you all ready? Yes. If so, let's see. What do you see in the picture? Okay. You can see a boy, okay, is trying to console, okay, a girl there. Maybe she's having some problem, okay. Do you remember when you were sad last time? Yes. Sometimes we are happy and sometimes we are sad. Can you remember, please? You know, when you were sad last time, maybe when you were not satisfied with, okay, some dresses bought by your parents, okay, or maybe sometimes with your friends in a classroom, okay, you can click some of the moments when you were sad. Well, now let us go to the, yes, our listening task, everybody. Let's listen to the recording and fill in the blanks with suitable words. But before we start listening, please everybody, let us see the questions here, okay? Okay. Before we listen to the audio, we will be clear about the task that we have to do after listening. So let us listen to, or let's see the first set of task here. You have to listen to the recording and fill in the blanks with suitable words. Okay. So in this first set, you are given, Ivan had lost his dadat. Okay, he has lost something there. So you have to listen carefully, pay 100% attention to what he has lost. Number B, first, Subham advised Ivan to tell about it to his home. Okay, please focus on this part here. Okay, Ivan advised Ivan to tell about it to his. Okay, and number C, Ivan told it to the teacher, but it was not. Okay, it was not what? You can guess. And number D, Ivan finally told that it was a good ... to tell all his friends. Okay, this is a very first set of tasks that you have to try to find the information after listening to the, yes, first time. Are you ready? If you are ready, now I'm going to play the audio for the first time for you. Okay, you listen carefully and find the missing information. Are you ready, everybody? Yes, let's get started.
Hello Suvam, how are you?
Hi Ivan, I'm fine. Why are you so sad today?
I have lost my pencil box. I could not get it.
Oh, then you should tell it to your class teacher.
I told her, but it was not found.
Why don't you ask your friends in the class if they are found?
How to tell them about it? I'm afraid.
No need to worry. If I were you, I would go in front of class and tell it loudly to all.
That's a good idea. Thank you, Subham.
It's my pleasure to help my friends.
Right. You have heard these audio materials. Okay. Now you might have got the answer, but we have another set of tasks. Okay. As I already told you, you will get chance to listen it 3 times. Still you have 2 more chances. Okay. If you have got the answer, that's fine. Please make a note. Okay, what you have got. But before that, okay, we'll go through the second set of tasks. What it said there. You listen to the recording and take the best answer. Okay, here you have to, yes, you have to choose the best option out of the alternatives there. Let's see, and we'll listen, okay, and try to decide the best option. Let's see. Okay, number A, Ivan and Suvan are, look at here, Ivan and Suvan are brother and sister, friends, or teacher and students. Guess who they are. Okay. And number B, Ivan was of telling it to other friends. Ivan was happy, excited, or afraid. And number C, Ivan advised Suvam to go in front of the class and say it slowly, softly, or loudly. Are you clear about the questions? Yes, I hope you are all ready. Okay, now I will play the audio for a second time. You have to listen again attentively and decide this yes set of answer.
Hello Suvam, how are you?
Hi Ivan, I'm fine. Why are you so sad today?
I have lost my pencil box. I could not get it.
Oh, then you should tell it to your class teacher.
I told her, but it was not found.
Why don't you ask your friends in the class if they are found?
How to tell them about it? I'm afraid.
No need to worry. If I were you, I would go in front of class and tell it loudly to all.
That's a good idea. Thank you, Subham.
It's my pleasure to help my friends.
Yes, you listened it for the second time. I hope you have got maximum information for the first and second both of the task. But once again, you will get chance to listen to this audio, but this is the last time. You have to listen and now check your answer whether it is correct or not. Okay, and at the same time, yes, we'll be doing, yes, we are transferring our answers, okay, in your, yes, answer sheet or your notebook. Let's see. Okay.
Hello Suvam, how are you?
Hi Ivan, I'm fine. Why are you so sad today?
I have lost my pencil box. I could not get it.
Oh, then you should tell it to your class teacher.
I told her, but it was not found.
Why don't you ask your friends in the class if they are found?
How to tell them about it? I'm afraid.
No need to worry. If I were you, I would go in front of class and tell it loudly to all.
That's a good idea. Thank you, Subham.
It's my pleasure to help my friends.
Yes, I hope you have got all the information for task 1 and task 2. But let's check, what is the answer of task A and task B. Let's see. Ivan has lost his. What is the answer? The answer is Ivan has lost his. Okay. Pen, right? Ivan has lost his pen. First, Subham advised Ivan to tell about it to his home. All right, I guess you have got the answer. So, the answer is class, home, teacher, right? Ivan told it to the teacher, but it was not, come on. But it was not found, okay? But it was not found. I trust you have made, okay, the right answers for the task 1, okay? You have got the information for this set of tasks. Okay, let's look at, this D, okay? Let's see here. Ivan finally told that it was a good. What is the answer? I guess, yes, you're right, okay. The right answer for, question number D is, it was a good idea. Okay. It was a good idea to tell all his friends, right? This is the answer for question number D. Now, let's look at the second set of tasks, and in this task, we will choose the best option. I hope you have got the best option for, the second set of tasks. So let's see, Ivan and Suvan are, brother and sister, friends, and teacher and students. So what is the correct answer? Yes, the correct answer is friends. Okay, Ivan and Suvan are friends. Now, let's look at number B. Ivan was of telling it to other friends. So let's guess, happy, excited, and afraid. What is the correct answer? Yes, very good. The correct answer is Ivan was afraid of telling, to other friends. So Ivan was, afraid. Ivan was afraid of telling it to other friends. Now, question number C. Ivan advised Suvam, to go in front of the class and say it slowly, softly, or loudly. What did you guess? What did you listen? The right information there is, Ivan advised Suvam to go in front of the class and say it loudly. Yes, this is the correct answer for this question number C. Yes, everybody, I hope all of you have got the right information for task A and task B. Yes, so what did we learn in our class today? Let us recap a bit, everyone. In our class, we have learned today how to give advice using these 3 different structures. You should, why don't you, and if I were you. I hope you have better learned to give suggestions or advice for different suggestions using these structures in our daily communications. And secondly, we listened to the audio and did some comprehensive exercises, and with this you have somehow developed the listening skills as well. I hope you have learned something new in our class today, developed your competencies on listening and speaking. Now let us see this home assignment for you. What you have to do is, you have just heard or listening audio. So how did Shubham suggest Ivan? Try to remember the sentence and write them down and show it to your class teachers for correction. Yes, this is a home assignment for you. With this, we have come to the end of our class for today. Thank you so much for your active participation. Till the next lesson, I would like to say goodbye, take care, have a nice time ahead. Thank you everybody. Thank you.